Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is going to be a true get ready with me as I'm heading out the door to work. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. I thought I could do a get ready with me because it has been a while. I've just selected some new bits to have in my stash in my everyday makeup drawer, so I thought I could show you all of those products going on and at the same time chat to you about some of my favorite makeup related creators over on TikTok. Now, I know some of these people are also on YouTube or they post their TikToks as shorts, so even if you're not on TikTok, you can still follow them. I've just finished doing my skincare, so it's about time to get some makeup on this face, so let me just get to it. Before we get into the video though, it may be good to know who I am and what I like doing on this channel. My name is Maaike, I live in the Netherlands, I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, and this greatly influences how I feel about makeup. I have been reviewing makeup for more than a decade. I love trying out eyeshadow palettes, Essence and Catrice, and getting the use out of my makeup. So if that's something you're interested in, then I really hope you would like to consider subscribing. So I'm just going to chat to you because I do have to head out to work in about 30 minutes, so that's how much I have. I'm calculating 30 minutes because that's the extra time I need, I think, to be able to talk to you at the same time as I'm doing my makeup. And that's just something that, you know, I don't do a whole lot of. And I was like, you know what, we have some more people here now who may have never seen how I like doing my makeup, so why not do that? So here is my primer. It's the Essence Jelly Grip Primer that is new for spring summer. And then we're just going to throw some makeup up on my face. I don't think I'll be discussing the makeup all that much, so I'll just list all of the products in the description box down below so that you know what it is that I exactly use. But this way you can see a little bit how I like doing my makeup. Because I do have some like steps that I like to do, but I really wanted to chat with you about some of my favorite creators over on TikTok, because that's where I seem to be consuming most, if not a lot, of my makeup related content nowadays. I do still watch YouTube for sure, because I love a long form content sort of video as well. I really went onto a like eyeshadow palette collection binge over in the springtime. I was watching nothing but eyeshadow palette collection videos, and there are still a couple on my list that I still need to watch. But yeah, I like watching a couple of creators on here. But what struck me was that I follow very different people over on TikTok than I do on YouTube. I actually don't follow any of the people I follow on YouTube that I follow over there. So I was like, why not share with you my favorite creators? And as I was going through the list and I was browsing TikTok the other day, I was like, oh yeah, I also like this person, I like this person. And I got to like 14 or 15 different accounts that I like to follow for different reasons very often. So that's what I wanted to chat about with you today for sure. Okay, so we're all primed and ready to go, so I'm moving into foundation, and this is the foundation that's currently in my stash. I'm thinking it's pretty okay shade-wise. It's perhaps a little too yellow, but this is only my second time using it really, so can't say too much about it yet. Before I review a foundation, I like to use it for at least a week before I give any of my thoughts. I want to check out the wear time, you know, wear it when I work out and for like long work days. It wore pretty well yesterday when I wore it for the first time, so shade-wise, it's doing pretty okay. It's light enough anyways. So the first person I wanted to mention is someone who I have been following ever since I joined TikTok, and it's Melissa Murdick. And Melissa Murdick is a makeup artist who does all of Selena Gomez's makeup. So she's working on like the Rare Beauty campaigns, and whenever Selena Gomez has like an event to go to, she does her makeup. So she is a professional makeup artist, but she also shares a lot of tips. Now her account has gotten a little bit more like commercial over time, I have to say, but that doesn't stop her from sharing all the tips with you. And she herself also has slightly hooded eyes, which I like. So I just really like her for, well, general makeup tips and those kind of things. I don't watch her really for like product recommendations. I still kind of use YouTube for product recommendations, and on TikTok I tend to consume more like makeup technique sort of content, because, you know, in a short form video you can very easily like show one technique if you'd want to. So that's what I tend to follow her for most. She's definitely the reason why I was loving liquid eyeshadow so much last year. Moving on to concealer, it's the matching concealer to the foundation, so I've only gone in with a light layer. It's a pretty like humid day today, so I don't want to wear too much on my base, because that will not last if I'm teaching. The second person I need to mention is Ask Ellen Beauty. I think she's Australian if I'm not mistaken. I'm not always sure where these people are from. But she's another person who is a makeup artist who's been in the game for absolute decades, and she's the queen of underpainting, which is not a technique I like to do. But if you like your full glam, then definitely check her out, because she is really, really good at doing that full glam makeup look, but without it looking super duper weird. So like it never looks too much on her, which I think is really nice. And she shares a lot of tips as well on like setting your makeup and like making your makeup last and really getting the most out of it. So that's why I like following her. And I feel a little out of breath. I don't know what's going on today, but for some reason I am a little bit like gasping for air today. I don't know. It's probably my hay fever. My hay fever has been acting up tremendously the past couple of weeks, so that's probably why. Now the third creator who I'd like to highlight here are the lipstick lesbians. That's what they're called. They are a married couple who share a lot of tips, like insider information, because one of the ladies in the duo worked in product development for years, so she knows everything about formulas. She can guess where a formula is made just by feeling it. So her insights are incredibly helpful, and her wife films her either going around Sephora, and they also do some videos where they sit down, they do these showdowns of like finding the best concealer. I love their videos, and it's incredibly helpful information if you're interested in the production side of makeup, you could say. So that's why I really enjoy their content, and they are one of my favorites. I watch nearly all of their videos. And then the next creator that I wanted to mention here is someone I think who's been around for a while, because I've heard her name before. I just never followed her anywhere before. And it's Katie Jane Hughes, who's also a celebrity makeup artist, and again, she knows a lot about makeup. I follow her mainly for techniques. One of the things I started doing ever since I've been watching her is priming my brush, especially with things like cream products. I like to make sure the product is in the brush before applying it, and that's something that she swears by. She has really been pushing that narrative, so that's why something that I really took away from her content. But she really, really does a lot of effortless looks on herself, and I find it really helpful to see how you can get ready in like 2 seconds if you'd like to. So that's another reason why I am following her. I forgot to show you actually that I picked this out for my new Shop My Stash. So this is the Kruidvat Made to Stay Fixing Eyebrow Gel in the shade Cool Taupe. That's my new brow gel to try. The fifth creator that I'd like to mention here is someone who is very far removed from what works for me, because it's Gloria. I think her name is actually Gloria, and she is the creator for anyone with deep skin. She tests out the deepest shade in concealers and foundations and contours to see if it is dark skin or friendly for darker skin tones. And a lot of it just doesn't work on her. It's either far too light, or she's the one who called out Euphoria, in case you're on TikTok, or maybe you've seen that somewhere, and it's just a mess. Like, she just really shows how inaccessible makeup is, and that's why I want to follow her, even though the products she recommends aren't necessarily for me. I still think it's important to be part of that conversation. So that's why I do follow her content for that reason. I don't watch all of her videos. It's mainly the ones where she shows off how awful some of these shades are on her. I'm not gonna lie. I'm there for the drama, you could say. Someone who I do follow because she's close to my skin tone is Tyler Mars. And Tyler is a creator who led me to buying the Catkin foundation. If you saw my most recent haul, you saw that I have actually bought a bunch of cushion foundations to try, and one of those purchases was due to this actual creator. She does a lot of content like finding the best product for fair skin, like foundations, but also I think she's also doing something with like nude lipsticks at the minute, and she's doing a lot of content about like having fair skin and finding like the right shade for you. I think that that's really valuable for what I like to do with my makeup. These were my bronzer, blush, and highlight, in case you're wondering. Kiko Glow Fusion in shade 1, Becca Bali Sands, and Natasha Denona Rayo. I also like following some people whose makeup style I love, who are very creative, but whose makeup I could never do on myself. And one of them is Cortez Beauty. I believe he's also in Australia, and he's a special effects makeup artist. But again, he's there. I follow him for the tips, for like getting just more out of my products and getting a little bit more creative. It's just not something I feel I'm very good at, so I don't do it a lot, but I still appreciate the content. Another creator I follow for pale skin friendly videos is the Olivia Soares Rex. That's her handle. I know for sure that she's on YouTube as well. She posts her TikToks on YouTube, and she also does some long form content, I'm pretty sure. And she is the queen of like pale skin. I do believe she has a slight warm undertone, but again, she does a lot of like just product try-ons and like making like looking to see if like blue highlighter and blush is something she can make work, and I really like it. And her videos are very sort of ASMR because she has this very calming voice, which I also really like. So I like her style of content a lot. Another person whose style of content I really love is Bronte Marie. She's, I think, also Australian, if I'm not mistaken. She could be from New Zealand. I'm not entirely sure. But she is really, really great at doing like pretty basics, like basic looks, but she works a lot with K-beauty products. So I'm getting a lot of K and Chinese beauty recommendations from this particular channel, and it's great to get that in English. She seems to have slightly better access to it than I do though, but she's very much hot on the trends. She recreates a lot of these like popular Asian beauty looks on herself, which then gives me an idea of what things might look like on me. So I find her channel really helpful for that reason, and one I wanted to shout out for sure. Using my new Eveline Cosmetics in Essential Rose for the first time today, so I think I'm going to use all the shades. Next up is Erin Parsons. I really love her content. She is the queen of vintage makeup. She has long form content here on YouTube as well, and she is obsessed with buying old makeup. She will buy like the original MAC Stone lip liner on eBay, and she will try it on. She will buy decades old makeup online. She like hunts it down. She has this massive collection, and she is just just so knowledgeable about where makeup came from, like what makeup looked like in the 30s. She also has this very vintage look herself. She does a lot of hair tutorials as well. But I really just like seeing all the old products she has and how she plays with them. And she will also like buy these old versions of perfumes that have ingredients in that have been discontinued a long time ago, to see how they still smell and if it still smells good, and to really see that happening. So another great creator if you like a more playful take on makeup, I feel. But it's also, she's like a really, really good makeup artist as well, and she has like this amazing like amount of lid space that allows her to do anything. I'm very jealous of her, but she does some really entertaining content as well. If you know anything about my content, then you know that I really enjoy talking about like undertones and things. And I have found another creator that does that has a completely different undertone to me. And that is Makeup by Monica over on TikTok. I'm not sure if she does any long form content, but she will actually do makeup on herself. She has brown skin as she describes it. And then she will also do some makeup on her friend that has a much lighter complexion than her. So she will, for instance, give a lot of tips on if you use purple blush on brown skin, that it actually looks like a baby pink on you. So I think I just really like her content for getting the insights. I don't always agree with her, because she did a video where she says, oh, this looks so much better on my friend with pale skin, because pale skin people can get away with almost anything. And I was like, no, she can't, because your friend has the wrong undertone for the lipstick she was swatching. But yeah, it's definitely a very helpful makeup channel if you're really interested in undertones, because she also works with other creators and other people to show products on different undertones, which I think is really helpful. And then someone who I've started watching recently is a creator called Abby Daunton. I think she's new to TikTok this year, and she's on a no-buy. And she is trying to like detox from overspending on makeup and using makeup shopping as like a coping mechanism. But she's also doing like a lot of declutters, and she's going through her collection, and she's talking about how unhinged her behavior was. And I just find her her take very helpful. The way she does her makeup is very different from me, but I still really enjoy what she has to offer. And it's a creator I follow, and I watch every single video that she makes pretty much. And then someone I follow from time to time, but I don't watch all of her videos, but I'll watch her if she pops up. And it's a account called Honest Phoebe. I think that's what that's her handle. And she promises to have like a really honest take on makeup. And she definitely has, and she will like try out to see whether things are worth it. That's definitely her spiel, like, should you believe the hype kind of thing. And I always like that, because if you know, again, anything about my channel and the way I like going about makeup, I don't really love the hype. I don't like the focus on the new all the time. I really enjoy sort of doing makeup at my own pace and like trying to see what's out there, but I don't necessarily live for the hype, and I appreciate that about her channel as well. Shimmer is pretty. I haven't used this palette before, so definitely something that I'm just playing with for the first time today. And I'm really sort of enjoying doing my makeup like this, like just trying to draw the crease up higher than I normally would, which is new for me. And then like really pulling the shimmer up over where my fold goes. And I feel it opens up my eyes a little bit more. And I just have one more creator left. Again, someone I don't watch all of the time, but someone who I do watch when she pops up. And it's a creator called Rose Ciard. I don't know how to pronounce her name exactly. But she does a lot of products where she like compares and like applies it over different bases, so you can really see the effect that combining certain products will have and how you can sort of make it work depending on what you're looking for, you could say. So I do appreciate that. I do believe though that she has her own brush brand. And I sometimes felt when I first saw her, and that's why I don't follow her a lot, was that the main reason for her to have this TikTok account is to promote the brushes. Because it was always, oh, I'm using this and this brush. And it was always like the same brushes. I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, I do really like some of the content if she's not like pushing her own product. Mascara time. So the Lash Without Limits, I again forgot to show you in my Shop My Stash that I had selected the black one. This came out, I think, a few months ago, and I had already used up the brown one before, but I saw the black one sitting in my stash. I was like, oh, I did like that mascara, but in the brown, so let's try out the black. And so far, again, I've only used it once yesterday. It seems to be doing well. And then for my brown mascara, I actually went with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise in the black brown shade, because I wanted to give that a whirl as well, because I did buy some of those when there was a deal on. So yeah, so that's the mascara. And finally, for lipstick, I'm going to be wearing the same lipstick I wore yesterday. This is Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Pompadour. And that's what that looks like. I just really think it's a really pretty pink for spring. It's a little bit more warmer tone, but I think it goes with the pinky tones in the blush and the eye look for sure. And I'm loving this eye look. It's got some pretty shimmers. It's very sort of Urban Decay Naked 3 though. I do think it's like a throwback to that. So yes, thank you so very much for joining me here today. That's the end of the Get Ready With Me. I hope you enjoyed hearing about some of my favorite TikTok creators, so give them a shout out if you want to. I will put all of the names in the description box down below, so that if you're interested in following any of these creators, then join me on there. And if they have YouTube channels, I'll try to find out and link them if I can. But yeah, this was just a quick little Get Ready With Me. You will see this look coming up in some upcoming videos, because I do plan on filming some more videos later in the day. But first I need to head out to work and do some teaching. So I'll see you in a bit, and see you in my next video for sure. So I hope you really enjoyed this video today. Thank you so very much for watching. Thumbs it up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more by me. I make several videos every single week, so if you'd like to stay tuned for more. And then I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.